hearing those words. The convictions of the rape and murder of Susan Burdett had been lifted off your head.
The decision that the Privy Council has handed down, and it has to be said that we are absolutely delighted, as is Teina and as are his supporters.
And then I got a phone call from Tim, just telling me no retrial. I just stopped the car. It was just me and my dog in the car. It'd probably be the probably first time ever. Tears just running down the eyes, man. And then I went down to the beach, Mission Bay. Boss told me to take the week off. I just went down there and just let everything just wash out of my soles of my feet. And then life began from there.
A new life as a free person.
Man. Our thoughts really must start with the family of Susan Burdett. 23 years ago, nearly, she was murdered.
Yeah, I've never met Susan. I don't even know her from a bar, so, but obvious now because what's been said about her and all that, yeah. No, I've never met her.
But you were 16 when you were arrested.
And in your months, probably the grown man, the most notorious criminals in New Zealand.
In that prison with you.
And you're a young person and you're in that environment. Yeah, some scary shit there, Phil. It's a living nightmare. It's a nightmare living in a place like that. But what can you do? You just gotta deal with it and roll with the time in there. And that's what it's all about. Yeah. Time never stops. It only stops when you make it stop. You know.
You see, you probably didn't have a target date because you were serving life. You couldn't put a calendar on your wall.
That was my first year of doing it. And it went on for about 2 years, you know, writing every day down what I was doing. And you just got sick of it because you and it was just slowing down everything. And as the years went on, I just started to realize, you know, no one cared, so I might as just live the lifestyle of prison. And that's just knowing any art or craft of being an inmate.
When you were in prison, was there pretty much nobody coming to visit you?
If I ever got a visit, it was always like once a year or 3 years later. Or sometimes it's just go out with no visits. And that could take 5 years or 10 years.
You're on your own in there.
Yeah. But when you call these names and that, and you're standing your ground telling them you don't know what you're talking about, and it ends up with, a fight, You can't win them all. You gotta lose someday.
If I could just assist you by showing you where the shop is. The shop is there.
Do you remember much about the interviews, those 4 days of interviews, and I think it was the 5th day that you were charged by the police? Do you remember much about that and why you made the confessions that you did?
Does she drive along and then sort of get to a house or where she lives?
I think it was up by the top of the hill.
At the time, I was just a young person, young man.
So there was a whole lot of video interviews over those 4 days. Were the police asking you questions when the video was turned off?
There were things that were done off record. What I mean off record, there was no cameras rolling and we're in a never hold yourself. And it It was like getting interrogated.
Pretty. You wouldn't. Had you had that experience before? Had in a room being interrogated?
Not as intense out back then. No. I just couldn't take it anymore, and I just said that whatever they were saying, I just said yes and said no. I thought no was yes and yes would be no back then. So I just went along with it.
You think assembly in? It was dark, alright. Well, look, it's obvious you just don't know exactly which house. Would you agree with that? Would you agree with that? Okay. If I show you a house, do you think that would help you? Alright. Well, this is the house here I'm showing you at 105 Par Road. With this hedge here. Alright? Does that mean anything to you? What does it mean to you? It's the house you came to.
Do you remember the moment that they came and charged you, and were you surprised when that happened? At the end of it, and they came and said to you, Teina Pora, we are charging you with?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that they charged me with it. But at the time, I was still going through that phase, understanding things, yeah.
Would you want to meet the police officers that interviewed you again? And if you did, what would you say to them?
Hey man, I forgive you, man. And just move on.